So hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be carrying on with Duskpunk as things are definitely hotting up in the city. We've got a couple of early story events we're going to check out. Looking on our levels, we're pretty good, maxed out on everything, stress is almost at zero, police stuff is growing, and we lost some solidarity, but that was because I set up like community stuff, so I think that was probably a good use of it, but let's go here. You spot Nazrin among the crowds swarming the docks.
McBoring, good work. These people organized. These people rely only on their own strength. I think you must turn your focus to east side.
Why the east side?
I hear rumors. Well, people looting shops and restaurants could be a good opportunity, no?
Should we really be looting?
Yeah, we need all our strength to fight everything we have. Besides, these rich east siders can afford it, I think. And also I hear about the regular people taking over music hall, putting on a silly show. I'm not sure if it is joke, but you should take a look.
Alright, I'll check out the looters and try this show, I suppose.
Yeah, then meet me back at factory. You should rest after your labors.
He wants me to loot a restaurant. I guess. Let's check out what's going on at Ravenhill Prison. Passing the prison, you see a huge crowd gathered. The guards push them back, but it's 20 men against 1,000.
Down with Dredge! Free the prisoners!
As you watch, the mob pour into the prison. Doors are flung aside, locks click open, and you see a familiar figure looming... Oh no. A familiar figure looming out of the darkness, flanked by his thugs. Oh dear.
Knew you lot could get me out. What'd I miss?
Uh-oh. I think we might be in trouble with Dresden. Oh no. Oh, is he back at the drug den? Not just yet. Not just yet. Okay. Alright, well let's see what's going on at here. Okay, well skirmish is bad, obviously. But it's late in the night, so... Let's watch the performance now. Oh, okay. Just reduce stress. Well, that's fine. That's cool. Okay, so let's do this. The shops and restaurants are abandoned. The only thing between you and their cash boxes is a sturdy shutter. I'm sure that was a 4 a minute ago. Was it because I did the show? I don't have time to prep. Let's just try this. Nope. Push. Ah! Nice. Alright. Well, we did that then. Meet Nazrim at the factory. Let's do this. The factory and the surrounding yard are filled with people. Workers sitting, chatting, playing games of cards and dice. You hear a voice behind you.
Yeah, here you are.
I've done what you asked. You tell her about the looters and the shows at the music hall.
Good, now sit, relax.
Alright. You sit.
Talk to fellow workers. They too know stress and suffering. We all can relate. Maybe it do you good to share.
I could hand out some pamphlets. I can't do the other thing though right now. Alright. How many pamphlets do I actually have? I've got 2 more. Should I just do this a couple of times? I could always have more printed. Alright. What is this? Oh, it says reduce stress. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll maybe do that in the morning. Let's go and rest. The uprising. Okay, we've got a couple of days before that sort of all kicks off. Ooh, hungry. Once again, the first thing you see when you step into the street is the ossuary's automobile. Okay. You step into the brothel. This way. He leads you through the maze of panelled wood to a large door. Go up. Knock. You knock.
Enter?
You step into a spacious smoking room dominated by a large mahogany table. The ossuary sits at the head. At the far end sits the hulking figure of Dresden Knox. Dresden's eyes narrow.
So, the snakes come crawling out of the woodwork.
You will behave, Dresden, he grunts. And between the two figures sit half a dozen businessmen and politicians. There is one empty seat.
Father's prick, can we get started now?
Simmons, I called this meeting. We will commence when I give the order. You do well to remember who holds the strings.
I wasn't informed of whatever this is.
Vesper called us here.
You will address me correctly, Simmons.
I'm so sorry. The ossuary called us here. She said she had an offer we'd all be interested in.
You take the empty chair.
All true.
And we're just dying to hear it.
The ossuary spreads her hands on the table like a tarot reader, surveying her cards.
My spies tell me the city is at boiling point. There's even dogs in the streets barking their heads off right now. The Emperor has bungled this war and his reign, and he's no longer fit for office.
There is a gasp, quickly stifled. Let's remain silent for now.
In an ideal world, he would abdicate quietly. I don't think he would ever consider that, though. But if someone doesn't do something, the mob will rip him from his throne and tear him to pieces.
Is there no way to reason with him, encourage him to turn the ship around?
We're long past that.
You wouldn't have called us here just for that, though. I think you smell opportunity.
Exactly. If we all work together, we all benefit. Simmons, you've been chafing at the bit for years.
Oh, Dredge never gives out any real power, and his antiquated laws are tying up my business. Man can't make an honest living in Sarum these days.
How exactly do you make your living?
Industry, manufacturing, artillery, and shipping mostly.
Oh, are we not supposed to talk about your slaves in Phenacria?
Well, they're hardly slaves. My managers tell me they're very well treated.
I see.
Simmons, what's your dearest wish?
For Dredge to kick the bucket. We'll put some idiot child on the throne, I suppose.
I'll do you one better. Why keep the dynasty at all?
I mean, you mean a republic? But...
Well, why not? Everyone hates the emperors, and it'll give you a far freer reign. And what do the lich dealers want?
To rule the west side and Middens. Both of them. Keep the bluecoats out of our business. But that's most of the city. Since when do you care? You lot stick to the east side.
Done. In exchange, you're my personal muscle.
What? But you can't.
Or would you like tomorrow's papers to focus on your little indiscretion? That maid was awfully young.
The man glowers.
And McBoring. Your position in the war dead gives you a unique authority among the people.
God. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get the chance to stab these guys in the back. I want a seat at the table of this new government. The ossuary smiles.
I'll arrange it. In exchange, you'll tell the mob what a perfect ruler I would be.
Ruler? But this republic?
We'll need an elected chancellor, and you will all ensure that I am that chancellor.
To remain silent. The silence stretches across the table. Dresden clacks a knife against the varnished table, grinning.
You got it, boss. Oh, very well. Well, if we're carving up the Empire, I might as well claim my slice.
That's the first intelligent thing you've said all evening.
For the next hour, she lays out a spiderweb plan that touches the entire city. The lich dealers will stage brutal attacks to inflame the city. Every attack will be blamed not on the ossuary, but on the mob.
McBoring, you will need to inflame the masses. Their anger will burn down the halls of our enemies.
Any suggestions?
Yeah, the number of secrets the rich are keeping. Just find their secrets and print them for all to see. That's the surest way to inflame the mob.
Oh. So, McBoring, once you've whipped the masses into a frenzy, you shall storm Parliament Hall.
But
We must reduce this regime to absolute chaos.
How do I do that?
Ask your collaborist friend. I'm certain he has some ideas. You'll also help your war-deb friends to storm the palace. That will give Dresden cover to slip in and murder the Emperor.
Dresden grins.
Never shed royal blood before.
Make it violent and bloody, or the Dredgeport mob, brutal, inhuman, barbaric.
You came to the right place.
The city will be in uproar, the Emperor butchered. The only political force in the city will be Parliament, cowed and broken. They'll beg for a firm hand to put this all right.
And that would be you, right?
So it will be your task, McBoring and Simmons, to convince the parliamentarians I am the best choice for Sarum. The only choice.
It's a lot to get done.
History cares about results, not excuses. Besides, you've got the mob on your side.
The ossuary pushes her chair back and calls for sherry.
Raise your glasses, gentlemen. A new dawn is breaking over Sarum.
To order.
Nix that. To fucking chaos.
The ossuary laughs. To chaos. Oh dear. I don't really want to be hand in glove with these people, but seems that's what we are. Oh, we can't get there now. Okay, well, let's reduce stress at the factory for now. It's probably this one, right? Intuit, that's not too bad. Get strike and pay in food. Maybe we should do that as well. Right, let's do this first. Nice, nice. Zeroed our stress. Let's get some strike pay and food. Sure, why not? Join the march. We can try that. Sure, okay. Let's come out of here. Aha, we got a growth point. Nice, nice, nice. So we're going to take something else up to 5. It's going to be either in, should I do Intuit or Engineer? Let's just check the bonuses I could also get. So Scavenger, +1 to max energy. Nah, we're managing our energy pretty well, I think. Artisan, you can sell... I don't need to sell parts now. Speechmaker... repairing a sway roll. That could be quite important in the coming days. I'm tempted by that, actually. Alright. When we really want to push ourselves to convince people, we can do that. Okay, so I don't have anything done at the moment. Raising solidarity would be quite nice, I suppose. Don't need to rest. Okay. What's going on at the old Firebrand Club? Fund some more pamphlets. Let's get that up above 100 again. Now, have I got anything I could kind of sell? Sell some finery. Maybe at the Grand Exchange. Okay, yeah, let's make some money selling stuff. Oh, I can't get to the Grand Exchange now. What can I do here? Let's see, maybe at the market. Sell some. Okay, this is going to end the time period, though. Let's just do one of these. Ooh, that's quite a nice amount of cash. Alright, well I don't need to sell the wine or plasm yet. Let's see what else we can get done. Any difference at night? No. We discuss revolution. How much plasm have I got? I could go and steal some more of that. Got 3. Maybe I don't need any more. So if there's anything productive I could be doing. What have we got at the warehouses? Actually, that's raising solidarity. Maybe we'll continue with that. Okay. 3 average rolls, but it's raising the right thing, so that's fine. Alright. Ah, it's a nice roll. We've actually not taken stress. I didn't actually need to reduce stress or heal, but it means that we don't gain stress, so yeah, I'll take it. Hungy. As you step into the street, the city feels different. Workers and beggars still roam the byways openly, moving in large groups. But they're subdued, no work songs. Fresh posters have been plastered across every street. They read, "Notice to all citizens. The Emperor will address his people today regarding the recent disturbances. His Highness's highest priority is the restoration of order. The speech will take place today on the High Street." I guess we'll probably end up going there. Let's just check if there's anything else happening. Doesn't seem to be. But let's get some food first. There we go. Alright. Let's go check out the speech. The High Street is packed with people stretching back over a mile. At the far end of the street, a wooden dais has been set up, dripping with flags and banners in Sarum's colours, blue and yellow. Behind is a crowd of bluecoats. Let's gauge the crowd's mood. You tap one of the crowd on the shoulder. What do you make of all this?
If the tyrant wants to talk, let him. His days are numbered.
Wardead agree with you there.
Wardead? Wait, you're with Dolores? She's a hero, she is.
Oh, we gained some solidarity. Study the stage in more detail. At the front is a microphone. You spot amplifiers poking out of windows at regular intervals. It's hard to see at this distance, but it looks like the wires connecting the microphone to the amplifiers all run through a single bundle near the stage. You suddenly realise the battalion of guards behind the stage are not bluecoats as you'd assumed, but uniformed soldiers. Suddenly there's an echo of feedback from the amplifiers. The Emperor steps onto the stage and stands before the microphone, a stern priest before a dread altar. "People of Dredgeport," his tone is clipped and impatient, "I have watched the events of the past week with shock and disgust. An uprising in our ancient city violates every tradition. I am your little father. I channel the wisdom and clarity of our God. Disputes are settled at my discretion, not in the streets like barbarians." The microphone rings for a second. "Dredgeport needs a lesson in discipline. Thus, I have called on the 86th and 122nd Infantry, stationed close to the city, to restore order." The soldiers behind the stage stand to attention. Their boots hit the cobbles like firecrackers. "And this lesson in discipline is only for the start. I have recalled 3 further divisions from the front. Lieutenant?" Out of the rank of soldiers steps the leader of the Iron Brigade. He salutes the Emperor, stands to attention and speaks into the microphone. "The divisions currently marching on Dredgeport are 3 of the most ruthless units in the army. The city is soft. It knows nothing of this war. Resist us, and my fellows and I will mow you down like grass. These units will be here in days. The mob must abandon this foolishness or be stamped out." The crowd begin to mutter. Jeers ring out, echoing down the street. Start a chant. You begin chanting, "Peace, bread, respect for the dead." The crowd takes up the chant. With each repetition it grows louder. The Emperor's face thunders. "This will not be tolerated." The soldiers close ranks around the Emperor. "Why are you taking orders from this lanky twit?" You work your way to the edge of the crowd and slip back into the city. Behind you, the crowd is still roaring. I feel like we're going to have another doom clock going on here. Imperial troops arriving here. So in the meantime, what are we doing? Well, we're waiting. Turn the soldiers to access east side. Oh, okay. Okay. Sway the high street soldiers. I could do with a bit more, another upgrade point. Oh, I need blackmail. I mean, I could try to do some of that. What was the easiest way to gain blackmail again? I mean, this takes a bit of time. That'll probably take me all day. A way to kind of gain it in the daytime. I don't think there is, really. Alright, well, I wouldn't mind ticking that thing off and getting another upgrade point. So let's try this. I'll save my pushing until I get a really bad roll. Okay, I only need an average roll now. Cool. Okay. Alright, well we can do that in the morning, get that. So tonight, maybe we should continue raising this up. That's fine. Okay, so now it's bedtime. Had a pretty productive night. We can get the blackmail in the morning and print those leaflets. Hopefully that upgrades us, and then we'll turn our attention to this, I think. But let's sleep first. We've got a bit of time until the troops arrive, so hopefully that's enough. Oh, another good roll. I don't need it, but, you know, I'll take it versus gaining stress, you know. Okay. I'll wait till that gets to 60. You can lose 60 when you go to the sewers and reduce that. And it's going to cost 20. So, yeah, we can go a few more days on that. Right, let's gain our blackmail. Let's have some inflammatory tracks printed. 20 solidarity, rather nice. That's hopefully given us an upgrade point, and it has. Okay. So I think I want to raise, if possible, I want to raise both these. I might take the Intuit first. Right. So now let's see what we've got. Oh no, it's not. It's not here, is it? It's in the Eye Street. Sway the soldiers. Okay. Well, it's a sway thing. So in fact, I think repairing makes it even easier. So let's prepare. Get a good roll. It's half the clock. Oh, I need revolutionary ideas. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Yes, I get a bunch of that here. If we discuss the uprising. Cool. Alright, well, let's head back to the Eye Street. That's fine. Do one more. Tension on the high street is at fever pitch. Peace, bread, respect for the dead! Those at the front plead with the soldiers. Old women, dishevelled workers, teenagers and children. In the midst of the throng you spot Markov among a group of collaborists. He reaches towards the soldiers, cajoling them. Deeper in the crowd you spot Dolores shouting at the top of her lungs. Join us! The soldiers stand firm with their rifles lowered as they have for hours. You push your way to the front.
Boring. Try to sway the army. You know them better than anyone. We'll try further down the line.
He rushes into the crowd. You turn to the soldiers. Soldiers shuffle uncomfortably. Who were you before the Empire conscripted you? A farmer? A worker? Do you really want to be here? You make eye contact with a teenage soldier. He looks away, ashamed. These people are your mothers and brothers. They're not your enemies. They want you to join them. Above the din, you hear a shout. The mob will step back or we will open fire! Stand your ground. You keep your footing, your eyes fixed on the soldiers ahead of you. You've made your choice. Soldiers, take aim! The front rank raise their rifles grimly. Fire! Not a soldier fires. One lowers his rifle, then turns it on the officer who gave the order. Another grabs the officer and pulls him to the front. He's a lanky man in his early 20s.
Private, you'll hang for this! Up against the wall.
Let's not get too violent. Arrest him for treason against the people. The soldiers nod.
Get his wrist, take his weapons.
The crowd cheers. The soldiers break rank and mingle with the crowd. One comes up to you and claps you on the shoulder. The teenager you made eye contact with.
Oh, Dad, I recognised you.
How does it feel to be on our side?
Like I can breathe again. Oh, the air isn't rotten.
Suddenly there's a commotion from the far end of the street. You hear screams. Down the street you see black uniforms marching. The Iron Brigade unsling their weapons. Like clockwork, 3 of them set up a device in the middle of the road, black and sleek like a telescope on stilts.
Get down!
You scream, throwing yourself to the floor. An Iron Brigade soldier stands behind the device and takes the handles. A machine gun. In war, a single bullet can be a death sentence. In 1 second, this machine fires 8 bullets. You remember facing one at the front. It halved your unit in 30 seconds. Bullets rattle into the street at impossible speed. From far away you hear a familiar voice.
I warned you all, now I will mow you down.
Oh, it's probably the Iron Brigade soldier.
I warned you all, now I'll mow you down like grass.
86th Infantry, 122nd, take cover, fire at will.
Okay, here we are now. Lead a night attack, we could do. Formulate a strategy, we could do. Trust your forces training. I mean, I'll roll. I've got good stats in both these things, so famous last words, huh? All right. Well, let's prepare it, and we'll do it. Nice. You lead a small squad around the battle and take the enemy in the flank. A dozen men lie dead in a smashed storefront. Victory. Okay, that only did 1. Is it going to be the same? It's going to be the same in the day. Well, I'll have to go to bed in a bit, won't I? Alright, let's prepare this roll as well. Let's push. Better. Okay. The high street is in chaos. Guns shriek. Bullets pulverize stone. Screams mingle. Shouted orders, dying breaths. Horses and automobiles die side by side, burning. Markov crouches behind a ruined wagon, gesturing wildly to his collaborators.
We need to flank him. Did you read the text on street battles I circulated?
We've been busy. Markov, why are you still here? This is a battlefield. You're a writer, not a soldier.
Fine.
He rounds on his comrades suddenly.
But be sure to flank them.
Suddenly there's a boom nearby. Your ears ring. Smoke fills the street. Out of the smoke a figure emerges. Thugs loom to his left and right. He catches sight of you behind the wagon. He roars, brandishing his belt like a metal-tipped whip, and points directly at you.
That one's mine. He stabbed me in the fucking back. Moot boring. You thought I wouldn't notice when all my lads ended up bars except you.
The smoke begins to clear. Behind Dresden you see what must be his entire gang. 100 toughs, their boots and belts gleaming murder.
Charge!
All right. Well, I've got to go nappy nap now, have I suppose? Seems like poor timing, but sure. Don't need the solace.
Here.
Might need some soon though.
How can I fight? I'm too hungry.
The watch are closing in. All right. We're going to go back to the marketplace, but let's get some food first. Yeah. Might be a good idea to try and reduce stress where possible. Shall I go back to the music hall? There we go. That'll do for now. Right. Oh no, that's not it. I keep forgetting. Okay. Oh, skirmish I'm not particularly good at, so we won't be doing that. Repair this. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, I can take the stress, that's fine. Up and down the high street, soldiers and workers shelter in doorways or shoot from windows. For a moment, the smoke clears. You can see the Iron Brigade's machine gun with its technician slumped over it. Rush to claim it. You duck out of cover. As you do, you see a familiar face.
Aye, sir. I'm right behind you.
The two of you sprint up the street and dive behind the machine, tugging the body off and swinging it round. Dolores grabs the ammo feed.
I've got the magazine. Do it.
Pull the trigger. You squeeze the trigger, knuckles white. The machine whines as it spits bullets into the Iron Brigade. The lich dealers scatter.
Fall back to the palace!
The street falls silent. For a second, you take in the pulverized shop fronts, the broken glass littering the cobbles like snowflakes, the bodies slumped over wrecked carts and automobiles. Then the soldiers raise their rifles and their voices. A shout rises over what feels like the whole city.
Dredgeport! Dredgeport! Dredgeport!
Dolores swaggers up to you.
Yeah, not bad for our first proper battle.
What next?
We've secured the high street. That gives us strategic access to the estate district. That means Parliament and the Imperial Palace are open to us now.
She raises her rifle over her head and joins the chorus.
Dredgeport!
Alright. We got some story events. We've got some looting going on. I don't need to do that. I don't think. What else have we got going on around the place? That's about it for now, it seems. Alright, let's do Parliament under siege to begin with. Crowds are swarming through the estate district. The flow of bodies pulls you towards Parliament. In the distance, the towers of Parliament Hall rise up against the city. But close up, you have to push through the crowd to get a good look. A barricade has been set up around the building, manned by terrified bluecoats.
Get back! Stay damn well back, all ears!
You spot Nazrin in the crowd, pumping the air with her fist.
Down with Parliament! Out with the rot!
You see a cell of revolutionaries branding pamphlets and shouting their slogans.
Down with Dredge! Down with Parliament!
You see Markov push through the crowd, crying at the top of his lungs.
For true democracy! People of Dredgeport, now is the time!
And other figures are working the crowd too.
Out with the trash! In with the new! Up the ossuary!
He waves a flyer in your face. Turn away. We're gonna betray the ossuary if we possibly can. As you glance away, your attention is caught by a sleek black automobile parked on the far side of the square, the ossuaries. You turn back to the crowd and find yourself accosted.
McBourne! Exciting, no?
Is Gales here?
Masses are on the brink. They only need a push.
Okay, probably encourage the mob, right? Should we do the at the palace scene though, or is that going to kind of pull me into that? What do I want to do? Storm Parliament. Or besiege the Imperial Palace. Who was besieged? That's. I'm gonna go. What I want to be doing is kind of supporting Markov and the Collaborist, so I think that's probably the Parliament one. Let's fill this clock in first, shall we? Lose a bit of health. Yeah. All right. Got hit by a nightstick. That's all right. I got full health, so that's probably fine. I might prepare this next one though. It's quite a tough roll. Okay. Try one more. Ah, good. Well, we need to go and have a nappy nap. Okay, no, we're doing this as well. You hurry towards the Imperial Palace. The roads are choked with people, chanting, shouting, breaking into song. But as you get closer, the mobs gives way to quiet. People catch your gaze and nod, determined. They are all armed, and each wears a red sash or armband.
Sir?
Soldier, report.
War dead troops are moving to surround the palace, sir. General Dolores Callis is in command.
How do their defences look?
Pretty sturdy. There are at least 100 Imperial Guard armed with rifles, and the Iron Brigade have dug in.
Are you all war dead?
All of us, sir. We're recruiting like never before, though, after the fiasco in the High Street. A lot of Imperial troops defected.
I need to reach Dolores.
Enough said, sir. Comrade McBourne, coming through,
he roars. The ranks part ahead of you. The palace square is littered with barricades and barbed wire. Imperial statues have been torn down or draped with Collaborist flags. You smell smoke. You find Dolores behind a barricade studying a plan of the palace. Ah, McBarn, she nods. If we move quickly, we can surround the palace and keep the Emperor trapped inside. We've almost got this bastard, McBarn. We need him alive. We? She crumples the map and thrusts it into her pocket. Amos Dredge is going to die. By my hand. She pulls something out of her breast pocket and holds it up. A grey bullet. I swore Dredge would die by this bullet. And he will. I'm begging you, let him face trial first. There is no need. We all know he's guilty as sin. I am just the executioner. From behind you there's a commotion in the crowd. Zai pushes through the soldiers, her face stained with soot.
Good, looks like I didn't miss the party.
Zai nods towards the palace.
So, Dredge is in there?
Yeah, trapped.
Then this is the best chance we'll have to get rid of him. And the Iron Brigade?
They're guarding him. Her face hardens.
And what are we waiting for?
Dolores presses a rifle into your hands. We don't have total encirclement yet. Our troops aren't in place. When we hit the palace, we'll need everything we've got. We can't go off half-cocked.
Then let's go.
Okay, well it hasn't forced us into doing anything there yet. So I think I'm going to go and have a quick nap. I could take in another play and reduce our stress a little bit before we go sleepy sleep. People are besieging Parliament and the Imperial Palace, and we've gone to take in a play and have a nap. I mean, this seems fair enough, doesn't it? Alright, we might want to go and reduce that now. Cover my tracks. Let's do that. Can I get my money and food at the factory? I can. That's probably fine though. Alright, well we're going to dig in at Parliament Hall, I think, primarily here. Let's prepare the sway rolling and yeah, good. The tension in the crowd is building.
Kick out all fat cats, all industrialists. We will take it no longer.
But from the other side of the square you hear another voice.
Brothers and sisters, please. This way lies folly. Go back to your homes, to your loved ones. The Father has a plan for all of this, if only we have faith in him.
The crowd wavers. Storm Parliament. Storm the building, you cry. You rush forward, but the crowd, cheering and whooping, runs ahead of you. The crowd masses against the barricades like floodwaters about to break.
Down with the toughs! Up the ossuary! Yield with the rot! Stay back! Stag's teeth, stay back!
Then, as if united by some unseen signal, people start to clamber over the barricade and approach the guards.
I'm warning you!
They fire uselessly into the crowd, but the crowd flows over them like water, and they disappear with a scream. The crowd reach the walls of Parliament Hall. They beat on the windows and doors. Break a window. The windows are all rather narrow, but you break one with your elbow. A protester clears out the broken glass with a flagpole. Squeeze through. You haul yourself into a narrow gap. Your shoulders are a tight squeeze, but you're able to wriggle halfway through. Then your hips get caught in the frame. Wriggle, wriggle! You try to wriggle free. You push at the frame, trying to get your leg past. With a jolt, you tumble forward, your leg grazed and dripping with blood. Lost some health. It's okay. You find yourself in a marble cloakroom. Behind you is the din of the mob. Ahead is an oak-panelled door. Try the door. You ease the door open and find yourself in the entrance hall. Ahead of you, the great doors of Parliament Hall shake as the crowd pounds at them over and over. Unbar the doors. You rush up to the doors and wrench open the bolts. The great doors fall open. The mob swarm into the Parliament chamber. Politicians cower under their desks. Let's make my way to the front. You push your way to the podium. Heads turn as you approach. Suddenly, a man claps you on the shoulder, beaming in surprise. Who's talking to us? I know that face. You find Nazrin beside you.
Yes, this is McBoring from the War Dead.
Aye, from the wanted posters. War dead, war dead. You're ushered towards the well of the house and pushed towards the podium. The crowd cheer. People of Dredgeport, we have won a great victory. The crowd cheers. We have stormed Parliament Hall, a den of corruption and backroom deals. These men are just as responsible as the Emperor for the war that has taken our loved ones. The room goes silent and sombre. The war must be ended. That is why I stormed Parliament today. I beg you, seize this chance to undo your past mistakes. End this Parliament's support for the war. The politicians emerge slowly from under their desks.
I would like to present a new bill to the House.
He grabs a scrap of paper from his frock coat and scribbles on it rapidly.
Point 1, this Parliament shall block all funding of the war. Point 2, it formally withdraws political support for the Emperor's warmongering. Point 3, Sarum shall send a diplomatic mission to seek peace terms with the enemy.
He waves the paper in the air.
Does anyone second the motion?
Silence. I second the motion on behalf of the people of Dredgeport. The politician nods to you.
I'm thankful for the support from the city of Dredgeport. The motion is seconded. All in favour?
A flurry of eyes and raised hands pepper the galleries.
I'll take that as the motion carried.
He slumps down.
That's the first law passed on the back of a receipt,
he mutters. Step away. You step away from the podium. The crowd cheers.
No more war!
Nazrin smoothly steps in to take your place.
People of Dredgeport, I am Nazreen from Armaments Union. I love this city. I love its people. But these little pieces of shit,
She waves to the politicians.
I do not love. We have important moment here. We have a chance to change our destiny. Let us debate. Let us argue. Let us decide together. How will we be ruled?
You glance towards the gallery. The ossuary glares down at you. Yeah, screw you, ossuary. We could either do this, or we could go and storm the palace. Here we go. Well, we're going to give it to the workers, I think. Yeah, not with a roll like that. Well, that's fine, isn't it? Is there a clock for us to fill? Oh. Okay. We'll come back in the daytime. There's more stuff we can actually do there. What are we doing? Endure, intuit, skirmish. Well, not skirmish for obvious reasons. Scout the area, carry supplies. Well, we'll probably do maybe one of each of these. We're equally skilled. Okay. Very good. I guess we'll do one more. Okay, it's fine. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. Gotta go nappy nap. Shall I take in a play? I'll take in another play. Wonderful hijinks. Okay, so let's go sleepy sleep. Ah, nice. We actually lost some stress and gained back a health. Both of which actually do benefit us on this occasion, so that's very good. Making up for all my earlier terrible rolls. I might actually go and buy some food here. Get that back up. Running out of cash a little bit, but I do have things I can sell, but I feel like we're kind of galloping towards some kind of conclusion here, aren't we? We carry on besieging. Carry supplies. Huzzah! Best of luck to us all. She slings a rifle around her shoulder and checks the chamber. I'll be in the thick of it. It's where I'm most useful. If we don't both make it. She claps you on the shoulder and locks eyes with you. We started in a sewer, and now we're at the Empire's throat. It's been an honour serving with you, McBurn. Let's make this count. Zai checks her devices and nods.
Whatever play you decide, we'll back you up.
Do us the honour, Private. Regiments, attack! Your voice booms around the square. As one, the war dead advances into the square. Alright, what do we got? Alright. So we can do this day or night, this stuff. I probably could make a device, to be honest. Might have the bits I need. Let me go check that out. I don't have those. I used my bomb already. How much of this have I got? I can make one machine part. Ooh. Oh, because I gained one back, didn't I? Yeah. Sweet. Make a quick bomb. Because why not? That'll do. Alright. Yeah, so Parliament Hall's gone a bit quiet. We'll deal with that in a day or so. We're going to use explosives. Very nice. Not skirmish. Endure, maybe? I can just do that, but let's do this. Oh! Max roll. Crit success. Crouched behind a pillar, Dolores surveys the battlefield. We're pushing them back, alright. They're spread thin now. We could get inside with a good strong push. She looks you up and down. I want you clear-headed and healthy before we go inside. We gotta be ready for anything private. I mean, I'm pretty good. Okay, make sure your health is high and stress is low. Well, apart from 1 point of health, I'm pretty much as good as I can be, I think. So, I think we'll just go for it. The Imperial Palace is dangerous. Ensure your stress is low and your health is high before entering. It's good they give that warning. And they've reinforced that a couple of times. So, yeah. So, if you aren't high in the resources that you need or low in stress, then you don't soft lock yourself, I guess. So, but we're going to push in. You heft your rifle and charge into the square. The palace square is chaos, blood, fire, and smoke. This way! There's a gap in their defenses! You dash forward and Dolores firing. You dash forward, Dolores firing, and slide into cover up against the palace wall. Come on, I'll cover you. You jump up to the windowsill and fire blindly down the palace corridor. The guards stop shooting. Dolores dashes up to you. Give me a boost. Give me a minute. You hear a shout behind you. Warded, catch! Something metallic soars through the air. Catch it. You catch it easily. It's a mess of wires and clockwork with a vial of plasm at the centre. A light is flashing. Blow the wall! Throw the bomb through a palace window. You toss a bomb through the window. Dolores, run! The two of you rush along the length of the palace. A deafening explosion behind you. Brick fragments pepper your back. The square is filled with dust. That's our way in. A figure emerges from the dust cloud. Dresden knocks. Don't come any closer.
Keep your hair on, I'm no threat to you.
Yet. He's changed his tune. He dashes past you with surprising speed and into the palace through the smoking hole. Whatever the dealers are planning, it can't bode well. Another figure emerges from the dust. Come on! What are you waiting for? Dash into the palace. I'm just wondering if the music's a bit loud. I don't think I can't change it from this screen though. You dash inside the smoking cleft in the palace wall. We should take the Iron Brigade by surprise. Yeah, take them out. It'll ruin their defences. I'm with you there. No, the Emperor's our target. If he falls, they've nothing else to fight for. She loads a grey metal bullet into her pistol. And he's mine. Nobody knows we're here. We can surprise them. Dolores takes the palace map from her pocket. He'll be on the top floor. It's the most secure. The main staircases are easily defended. She points to the plan. Look, there's a servant staircase that runs from the basement. My sources say it's been sealed for decades. You trust those sources with your life? The stakes are worth it. Follow me. Okay, so I wasn't given a choice. She leads you through a maze of mirrors and marble to a narrow stair. You tiptoe down. You find yourself in a vaulted basement of massive stones lit by plasm lamps. Storage racks and crates line the walls. I think I turned the game volume down a little bit, so hopefully the music's less loud. Okay, storage racks and crates line the walls. I think we should check for enemies first, huh? You fix your eyes on the shadows dancing in the flickering light.
I'll take the left, you take the right.
Side by side, you approach a junction. Search for enemies. You dash around the corner, rifle up. Empty.
I'll clear here,
She whispers. Here too.
move on.
As you approach the next junction, you hear footsteps ahead.
God, this good for nothing.
Hush up there. Dolores puts a finger to her lips and creeps forward. Suddenly there's a flash of light to your left.
Who goes there?
He raises his rifle. Ooh, look at those guys. Push Dolores into cover. You wrap your fingers in Dolores' cloak and yank her behind a pillar. You hear a shot. Your leg explodes with pain. Ow.
Look, boring.
She pulls you to safety.
These aren't regular soldiers, look at their uniforms. It's the Iron Brigade.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't ambush them. Huh? A figure steps forward into the glow of the Plasm lantern.
Rats are here. Kill the lights.
The Plasm torches sputter out.
Let's see how they fare against the brigade the front couldn't kill.
Okay, wow. Right, well, there's no getting out of here. We've got to... What's this clock? The Iron Brigade fight on moonless nights or in deep fog. In the basement darkness, they are in their element. So should we hack the lighting? Yeah, that could be a thing to do. Off in the shadows, you hear something. The enemy are moving. Don't let them get the drop on you. Okay. So, obviously the skirmish check's pretty much out for us. I could try and bind my wounds. I can't prep any of these, so I wonder if we can re-roll on the bad roll. I take a stress, but I do heal a couple, so actually that seems... What's that? Enemy maneuvers. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. Basically, we want to fill this clock and not that one, I think. So I got my health back, that's good. I think we should hack the lighting. Seems like a good move. That's good. Oh god, am I going to have to do all of these? Because the skirmish one's going to be interesting, to say the least. Let's listen. Okay, that's good, that's good. You strain your ears. The creak of leather, the clink of metal. There, you know exactly where they are. Oh, we can outflank that. So that's reduced the difficulty of that, which is useful. Yeah. Well, we're going to sneak, I think. Ah, there we go. We're going to keep doing that for preference. Ooh, that's a bit low. I could push. But on the other hand, it might be worse. So let's go with it for now. Let's see what we can do on this one. Continue. Maybe I should have bind my wounds, but... The firing stops for a moment. Beside you, Zai hefts her wrench. It shakes in her hands.
Do we get them all?
Listen. You stand perfectly still. Faintly, you hear the sound of crunching glass. Fire at the sound. You jerk the rifle around and squeeze the trigger.
Arrgh!
He's here.
Where?
Her voice echoes down the tunnel, too far to help. The officer grabs you and slams you against a wine rack. He throws you to the floor, and you slam into the flagstones. Bottles rain down around you, clattering onto the stone. Try to free ourselves, I guess. You try to raise your hands, but the bottles and debris weigh you down, pinning you to the floor. You feel a rush of movement and hear the thud of metal hitting leather. Zai stands over the officer, wrench in hand.
For every machinist you've taken.
She brings the wrench down on his gas mask over and over. But he catches it in a gloved hand and yanks it away, jabbing it into her stomach.
Ah!
Try to break free. You lift one arm. A few bottles roll away clattering. You struggle, but your arms are pinned.
Upstarts, once we put you down your right, we'll cleanse every machinist from this city.
He raises his pistol. A shot rings out.
Ladies!
Try to free yourself. You kick off a few bottles, the glass tinkles. Another shot rings out. Zai falls against the wall and crumples. Okay. Should I keep trying to free myself, rather than just shouting uselessly? The officer pushes past Zai's body. Silently, he lopes towards you. You glance around for your rifle and see the barrel poking out from beneath shards of glass. Oh, the barrel of the gun. Let's throw a bottle at him. Let's distract him a bit first. You heft a bottle in one hand and hurl it as hard as you can. The officer curses and falls against the wall. He scrabbles against the wall, hauling himself to his feet. Grab the rifle now. You scrabble through the glass, cutting your hands. Blood flows down your fingers as they curl around the rifle. The officer picks up his fallen pistol and struggles to cock it. Shoot him. You put the rifle to your shoulder and squeeze the trigger. He jerks and stumbles back against the wall. Shoot him again. You take a step closer and fire again and again. His body twists with each shot. Disarm him. You hurry up to him and toss the pistol away. His hand flops to the flagstones, dead. Pounding footsteps echo along the tunnel.
McBoran, what happened?
Zai coughs weakly.
Oh God, Zai.
You rush over to her, skating through her blood. Inspect her wounds. You search for the bullet wounds on Zai's body, but her clothes are just drenched in blood.
Don't bother.
She was shot twice. Dolores starts tearing strips off Zai's clothing.
Find the wounds.
Zai reaches up and grabs you by the shoulder.
We gave these bastards a real fight, didn't we? Tell my people, render me to Plasm. Do something useful with me.
Her breath rattles. She lies still.
Oh, damn.
Well, she closed her eyes at least. You pass your hand over her eyes, gently closing them.
We should keep moving. We've got a mission to finish.
Agreed. The two of you hurry through the basement, Dolores glancing at the map. Should we open a crate? You inspect the nearest crate. The wood is rotten, lock rusted shut. Bash it in. You hit it with the butt of your rifle and it crumbles in a cloud of rot and termites. You raise the lid and peer inside. Something glints. Medals, thousands of them, poured into the crate like pennies in a bank vault. Dolores, do you recognize these? Her hand shaking, she reaches for one. A bulbous metal teardrop.
The steel heart, for sacrifice in the face of the enemy. I earned one.
And what did you do?
My men were pinned down, a machine gun. I knew we were done for. I found the body of the officer nearby and took an enemy officer nearby and took his helmet and cloak. Then I stood up waving my arms. Don't shoot, I'm with you. You're my best Arayan.
Did it work?
For about a second. Then he shot me. But it gave my squad the distraction they needed.
She touches her shoulder.
The bullet's still in me. It aches on cold nights.
Dolores buries her hands in the sea of medals, sifting them like water.
This is where these came from. This is what sacrifice means.
They manipulated us, they always have. Medals fall through her fingers like sand.
What was it all for? Gods, I was so stupid.
She shakes herself. We have to keep moving. She nods and checks the map.
This way.
Alright, follow. You follow her through the basement.
Here.
She points to a padlocked door. Alright, shoot the lock off. You level your rifle and blow the bloody locks off. You kick the door open and rush forward into a narrow spiral staircase. You take the stairs two at a time until you reach a wooden door on the top level.
Careful now.
Open the door. You try the handle, unlocked. You ease the door open, rifle at the ready. Marble and gilt glitter back at you.
Oh, this place looks fancy, but it's still a war zone. Use pillars and furniture as cover. Doesn't matter how expensive they look.
Several floors below, you hear the sound of the battle. Dolores checks the map and nods down the corridor. Follow her. You follow Dolores through the plush halls, ducking behind pillars and end tables as you go. You pass paintings of long-dead Imperial family members. Up ahead, you hear muffled screams. What's that noise?
Sounds like someone got here first.
Alright, let's go quick. The sounds get louder as you hurry forward. Punches, the crash of furniture, slick, sharp sounds, butchery. It's going to be knocks, isn't it? You rush past mirrors and wall hangings to the front of the building. Where are we going?
The Imperial staterooms, most secure rooms in the palace. If the Emperor is still alive, that's where he'll be.
Dolores' hand wanders to her pistol. Suddenly, a gilt double door bursts open ahead of you. You get a glimpse of men with rifles. Do we know they're enemies? It just says men with... I mean, are they going to be our troops? Let's take cover. You duck into the lee of a marble pillar.
So, you lot finally caught up.
Dresden, what are you doing here?
The lads and me are here for the Emperor. I heard your general here wants to kill him.
Damn right.
Her knuckles are white around her rifle.
I'll do you one better. When I'm finished, he'll be in pieces.
Why?
We're gonna make this look like the mob down there stormed the place and killed him. Like the rebels are just animals.
Well, we know why. They just don't want to live under a tyrant.
Don't matter what they want, only matters what they get. We're gonna stoke a whole lot of fear and chaos in this city. My new associate, the Ossuary, is gonna climb that chaos all the way to the top. So, McBorin, you ever see an emperor butchered?
No, I won't let you mutilate him. Dolores screams. I don't care, just let me kill him. It's all that I've thought about for months. Dresden studies her.
Sorry, miss, I don't trust either of you. You'll get nowhere near him.
Dolores levels her rifle and hits one of Dresden's thugs. He stumbles back. Fire at them. You aim and fire. The pillars they're sheltering behind make them difficult to hit, but you hit one in the arm. From the room beyond, you hear a cry. No, please! Move to a better firing position. You move into the cover of a gilded desk. From this angle, the Lich Dealer's flanks are exposed. Okay, we lost some health. Down to about half health now. A bullet whips past, grazing your leg. You hear the sound of a door being kicked in and staggering footsteps. McBorin, cover me! Cover Dolores. You fire half a dozen bullets at the Lich Dealers. They hunker down. Dolores vaults over the desk and flattens herself against the wall, firing directly into the Lich Dealer's flanks. You hear Dresden shouting above the din of battle.
People of Dredgeport, we got your emperor here. What should we do to him?
The last of Dresden's guards fall. You can see him through a pair of open glass doors, standing on the palace balcony. Shoot Dresden. You level your rifle and fire. Dresden staggers and falls, his clothes soaked with blood.
You're tougher than you look.
He snatches up a pistol and points it at you.
I'm getting out of here alive. Don't try to stop me.
Shoot him. You fire. He staggers back, clutching his leg. He fires back. Ow.
I said I'm leaving. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Alright, get the hell out of here. He retreats, the gun pointed at you until the last moment, until he disappears into the palace. Check on the Emperor. You hurry towards the bodies of the Lich Dealers and glance around the hall. Every surface gleams. The far wall is a glass door letting out onto the palace balcony. Yeah, go out to the balcony. You step onto the palace balcony, huddled up against the far railing, clutching his knees as the Emperor. His hands are bound. Dolores stumbles up behind you. You step towards the Emperor. Please, help me. Don't harm the little father, the light of Sarum's people. General Dolores here's got something to say. His eyes quiver with terror. Dolores grabs him by the throat and pins him against the railing. You killed my men. You wanted to kill me too? For Plasm? Get your hands off me! You've never loved us. You use us up. So I melted down the medals you gave me. Your hollow praise. And I made a bullet. The bullet that's gonna kill you. And end this. The gods will never forgive this abomination. She punches him. He slumps back, dazed. She draws her pistol. Fuck it. Go ahead, Dolores. She fires. The Emperor slumps back against the railing. The crowd below erupts into cheers. It had to be done. What's done is done, I guess. You look at the Emperor's body. It's slumped like a ragdoll over the railing, blood oozing down his neck. Dolores sighs. All right, well, we're done here. You head back into the staterooms. You descend the grand staircase. Imperial guards stop when they catch sight of you.
Stop right there!
Put your guns down and the revolution will spare you. The guard sighs and throws his weapon to the ground. The others follow suit. I guess we leave. You head to the ground floor. As you pass through the front gate, the rebel army rushes inside, flooding the palace. Whoa, there we go, huh? Some activities there. I feel like we might want to go and, like, heal ourselves. Oh, okay, well I can't do that at night time, unfortunately. Is there somewhere else I could do that? I can't remember now. That lowers stress. I don't really need the stress. Okay, I need a bit of medical help. Should we rest at the field hospital? Oh god, then we'll push that. Better. Got 3 health back, that's good. Alright, well we're a little bit better off. Wait for the city to adjust, okay. Well, we could, we can't do anything in Parliament Hall right now. We'll do that tomorrow. Let's go back to the palace. Catalogue the palace, oversee the mopping up. Let's do the mopping up. A war dead officer salutes you. The mopping up is proceeding well. We're arresting officers and turning the rank and file. There's no clock or anything there, so it's just a way of building solidarity. But let's go to sleep. And tomorrow we'll head to Parliament, I guess. Oh, nice. Less stress, more health, all good stuff. A little bit hungry, but nothing we can't manage. Alright, let's go to Parliament. Let's do this. So we have the Ossuary Ascendant. So this is putting the Ossuary in power, or workers' democracy, which is what we're going to do. The masses demand. So actually, it's not going to, you know, that's guaranteed success, pretty much. But it will cost us that. Now, how many revolutionary ideas have I got? I've got 5, so I could do some of that. Let's go with this. 2 bits o'clock. If the crowd is unyielding and knows what it wants, these quibbling politicians won't be able to derail the discussion. Yeah, I think both of these are kind of working to the same ends, aren't they? Let's do this. Take a relative success. Should we argue for this as well? We could prepare and then do it. Ooh, nice. That was only one segment though, so now it's night time and I can't do this anymore. What do I get for this again? Right, well, this evening, why don't we keep on at the palace? Okay, that's fine. Keep building this up. Could be important. That's fine. Alright. We'll head back to Parliament in the morning and finish off that thing. No problem. Getting pretty hungry now. We should probably go... Let's get free grub at the factory. Yeah, I'll probably eat here as well, I guess. Okay, Parliament. Let's... What else have I got still? Let's do this. That's good enough. The discussions go on and on.
Everyone, please, this is our future. Let us not be distracted.
A towering figure looms over.
We've heard enough crap out of you.
He puts a hand on her shoulder and squeezes and then looks up for a second. Follow his gaze. To the gallery above, the ossuary leaning on the railing nods to him. The room goes suddenly quiet. Turn around. You turn and see the ossuary descend from the gallery to stand at the speaker's well.
If I could have your attention. No, I will not.
Dresden pulls her back and clamps a hand over her mouth.
That's better. I have some...
But the crowd boos her down. Shame! Nazreen! Nazreen! Let Nazreen speak. Dresden narrows his eyes. The crowd moves slowly towards him, hands reaching to help Nazreen. They grab his arms, his hands, his iron-strong fingers. One by one, they pry him away from her.
Ah, get off!
This is the mob's doing. Fellow citizens!
The crowd drowns her out.
Look, Boring, get on that podium and tell these people I shit gold. I'm so goddamn close.
punch her. You stride up to her and slam your fist into her wraith-like skull. She crumples backwards, sprawling against the railing of the speaker's well. With the patience of a creeping forest, the crowd moves towards the ossuary. They pin her arms behind her back and bring her to her knees.
So, now we know who true enemy is. You damn vermin! Gag her.
Gag her. You step forward, grab a torn bit of cloth from the ground and kneel before the ossuary.
You wouldn't dare.
Open wide. She shakes her head, but someone wrenches open her mouth.
This is treason.
You shove the cloth across her open mouth and tie it tight behind her head like a bridle.
Finally, we can talk.
She spits on the ossuary.
This creature, she is vulture. She waits for a moment when city is weak to swoop in and eat all of it in a great feast. She is parasite. These politicians are parasite. But this city was built by all of us, working people. We shovel their shit. We make their cars. We grow food, fix wires, build their homes. And what do we receive? Scraps.
She sighs. Clap. You applaud. The crowd claps. A few beat on the wood of the pews.
Yeah, I want to give the world to Comrade Markov. He and I, we have spoken. His ideas are helpful.
Markov steps into the speaker's well.
Thank you, Nazarene. We are in a moment of profound change. The question we are faced with is, who will make decisions about our future? Not the Emperor, that is clear. But Amos Dredge is not the only oppressor of this here city. There is a class of wealthy parasites who support him.
The ossuary wriggles beside you.
They force you to work in unsafe conditions. They make vast profits off of your labor, while you are left with nothing but aches, pains, and shrinking wages. They give you barely enough to survive while they build their palaces. Who here is to choose between heating their home and buying food?
Forest of hands.
Who here has watched a loved one succumb to sickness or injury because they couldn't afford a doctor?
All of us.
Who has had a loved one taken from them by this heinous war? A war fought for profit, but paid for in our blood.
Peace, bread, respect for the dead. The crowd takes up the chant.
Yes, the collaboratists are with you. It is only by overthrowing our oppressors that peace, food, and an end to Plasm tyranny is possible. The rich have got fat off of our blood, like giant ticks and soats, and Parliament is full of such leeches.
The politicians shuffle at the back of the hall.
This building is a monument to their greed, their control.
Aye. This is where they decide what rights to give and which to take away.
We have been debating for days what to do with this Parliament. Some think it is democratic. The Parliament is nothing but a committee where the profiteers decide how to carve up the world, to carve up all of us.
The ossuary grunts in frustration beside you. No more of their lies!
You already have a democratic system, the People's Assembly. You do not need Parliament at all. You've just seized power from these monsters. Would you hand it right back to them?
No! Over my dead body!
Disband it. Yes, Parliament must be disbanded.
The crowd cheers.
I propose a vote. Not for members of Parliament, but for the people of the city. The Parliament be disbanded and the People's Assembly be recognized as the true voice of the people.
The ossuary wrenches her mouth free of the gag.
This is absurd. You're playing at politics. Yes, second this. All in favor.
The hand of every worker shoots up.
Motion passed. Parliament is no more.
The crowd erupts into cheers. For a full minute the hall rings with applause. The crowd break into song. When you look around to find the ossuary, she's nowhere to be found. Breathe. So you get for cutting my finger off. You take a deep breath and gaze up at the sky. It's over. The Emperor is overthrown. Parliament has been dealt with. Across the street you spot a gaggle of workers.
Mick Boring, how goes it?
Well, the palace is stormed and Parliament's been dissolved.
If an assembly is the true power of the people, no? Excellent work, my friend. Excellent work. Yeah, I bring news as well. The Emperor recalled some soldiers from the front, yes? Well, they are here.
They going to be a problem? She takes a breath.
I do not know, but we have not done all we can. Rest, bind your wounds, whatever you need. Tomorrow, we see city's fate.
Aha! Probably failed the manipulate. There we go. Still got to overthrow the Emperor. Okay, what should I level up? I think I'll take a point in engineer, maybe. I could move sway to 6. I mean, that was my sort of starting archetype, wasn't it? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Okay, well, I don't know exactly how much longer we've got in the game, but this episode has gone on quite long, so... but then it's probably going to be the finale. Okay, let's keep going. And if it looks like it's going to go long, maybe I'll break this up into 2 different episodes. But let's persist with it for now. Let's go. Should we go taking a show to take our stress down a little bit? There we go. I don't really need to do much else. I could just go to bed. I'm low on cash, I guess. I don't really need to loot. I wanted to sell stuff, really. Steal a corpse. Maybe not. I could deliver a speech. Eat at the soup kitchen. I don't need to do that. I could... yeah, I just want to sell some stuff, really. Let's... I saw another load of antiques. $40. Pretty good. I can sell some of my finery. Okay, so I've got a bit, I've got a bit of cash heading into the finale. What should we do? What should we do? No, really. Let's serve in the soup kitchens. There we go. If there's anything kind of... Should we just discuss the revolution now that it's happened? I've taken a fight. What does that do? Oh. Nah. Follow a scavenger. Just wasting time, really. Sleepy sleeps. Oh, we get a good roll to finish it off. No stress, full health. Perfect. A little bit hungry. That's okay. The streets are chaos today, but through the din you hear a voice.
McBoran! Today is a critical juncture. Everything has been leading up to this. Imperial reinforcements arrived last night, but their loyalties remain to be seen.
Who's leading them?
A general. Something of a mystery to us.
Where is the general?
The palace. According to my sources, he'll make a speech.
Alright, lead the way, I guess. You follow the crowds to the Imperial Palace. The mob has filled the palace plaza, chanting and jeering. A few bluecoats are trying to maintain order, but it's an impossible task. You realise the Watch are completely overrun. Any interest they had in you will have long melted away by now. A figure stands on the palace balcony in military garb. Okay, so unfortunately I messed up a bit. I paused the game while I sort of checked the time and see how we were doing, and then I forgot to unpause it when I came back in to record a few cutscenes. So... what did you guys miss? It's a single overwritten autosave file, so there were no sort of previous save states to revert back to, unfortunately. So you've missed a bit of stuff. Basically, that general came in and gave a speech at the palace. He just said he was a bit grumpy about things happening the way they did, but it was like basically, we'll follow whatever the government of this time decides, basically. Well, it'll send off with Zai. She was turned into Plasm by the machinists and kind of put into charge the statue of her father with the glowing one. The factory, there was a bit with Nazreen and Ruby and Henry. They basically just said goodbye. That was largely it, to be honest. They seem to be doing okay. And now we're going to go to the Assembly Convenes, which I think is going to be the last thing. So I am sorry about those cutscenes that I missed. That is unfortunate. Did even think, should I just play through like the 13, 14 hours of game I've done so far to get back to that point? I don't really want to do that. So we're going to go and do this, and I think this is probably going to be sort of the closing moments of the game. As you walk the streets, you hear the news criers shout,
First meeting of People's Assembly today. Historic turning point for Sarum.
Alright, buy a newspaper. You approach a newspaper seller. They beam at you and hand you a paper.
Free paper, sir, for the hero of the hour.
Oh, thank you. You read the front page. Assembly meets. First assembly since Republic founded. Parliament Hall used as temporary venue. Members of the public permitted to watch from gallery. Reading the article, this sounds like a historic moment. It'd be a shame to miss it. You pocket the paper and head to Parliament Hall. The hall is packed with workers. Sitting on the speakers well is Nazreen. Study the delegates. The seats are filled by workers of all kinds, from factories, docks, shops, and even a few printers. The gallery at the very back is packed with regular people here to witness. But it feels strange to see so many flat caps, overalls, and aprons sitting where until recently members of Parliament sat. Nazreen bangs a forge hammer down on the lectern.
Settle down, everyone. Okay, now first I want to welcome all delegates from the many workplaces of the city. I also welcome delegates from other cities in the the Republic. You see, even I can hardly believe this change.
The delegates chuckle. Your neighbour whispers to you, She's doing well, good on her. I know her from the armaments factory.
Oh, fancy that.
The woman gazes at Nazreen and smiles.
She'll do just fine. Now, the first task. Food prices, far too high. Members such as I take this very serious. So we put together a food package to tide city through next few days.
Applaud. The public break into scattered clapping.
Finally! Now, the more difficult question. How will Sarum govern itself? How will that vote on Factory 4 for delegate?
Among the delegates, you see Ruby hiss something to her.
Influence, yes. How will the vote of one worker influence, she checks the notes, national policy? We have many opinions from many delegates, so I step aside for now and invite Delegate Alastair Hicks to speak.
For the next hour, the delegates offer their inputs. Alright, let's listen attentively. You listen to each carefully. Some question how delegates should be selected. Should one delegate stand for 5 workers, 10, 100? Or should each workplace send exactly 2 or 3? Others ask practical questions. If the assembly will number in the thousands, Parliament Hall will not hold all of them. How often should elections be held? Should delegates be paid? Can they be recalled by unhappy voters? Finally, Markov takes to the podium.
Delegates, I'm more glad than I can say to stand before you, here in the halls of our enemy's power.
Applaud. You clap. A few other delegates applaud.
I knew this day was inevitable, for the people of Sarum to rise up and throw off their chains, but I did not dream I would see it. This discussion is vital. We must ensure that the workers' government we build is a true expression of the will of the masses. As to the particulars, let me turn your attention to a text I wrote some years ago. The Nature of the State. It deals with many of them. I urge you all to read this book. I will hand out as many free copies as necessary.
For 10 minutes, he summarizes the key points.
Yeah, the book is 10 years old, written when a revolution was a distant light at the end of a dark tunnel. But now that light has burst upon us, and we have concrete decisions to make. I believe my analysis of historical developments is still sound. Yeah, but let us pause for a moment. What is the wider perspective of this discussion? What are we doing here?
Study the delegates. The delegates murmur. Most are watching intently, heads resting on their hands.
Our planet was formed many aeons ago out of a swirl of chaotic matter.
Your neighbours whisper. What's he going on about now? Give him a chance.
Over time, some of that matter formed more complex systems, self-replicating. Life spread, and in each niche it developed into more and more specialized forms. Millions of years ago, a species walked upright. Its hands were freed to perform more complex tasks. Its brain developed in tandem.
Look at your hand. You hold your hand and clench it. These same hands hunted animals for food, founded cities, built the industrial wonders of the Empire. They link you across time to every human who ever worked or loved or built.
Their species developed language and tools. Each was a step towards complexity, towards understanding and affecting its environment. We formed communities and then civilizations. We studied the stars, developed writing, and began the first fumblings of early science.
The delegates lean forward attentively. I think I follow, your neighbour whispers. He's talking about the development of human society. She shrugs.
At every step, the pattern is the same. A simpler, cruder form of matter, of life, or society, or our understanding develops and is replaced by a deeper form. We try to understand the world and change it. Whether we succeed or fail, we learn. Ignorance blossoms into knowledge. Knowledge becomes outdated. New breakthroughs attain new levels of understanding. This is true of science, of the stars and planets, of human society. Which is all to say, look around. Look at where we are.
Look at the audience. The audience has fallen silent, gazing around the chamber.
This is a meeting of the People's Assembly of Sarum, but it is also matter, living, sentient, absorbing itself, developed to an astonishing level. Today, human society took a great step forward. It broke a threshold and achieved a higher form, one more humane and more complex. What comes next? Further questions, further developments. But we ask those questions from a different footing than any human ever has before. We build this society not for ourselves, but to free our species from the shackles of its past, to unleash, after millennia of struggle, the full potential of humanity. Thank you.
Applaud. You begin to clap. One after another, the delegates stand and bang their palms on their pews. The room fills with the roar of applause. Okay. What now? I go back to research. I don't know. I don't know where to go. Just relax around some campfires. Not that I needed to, but I thought I needed to do something to advance time. Okay. We done? Go back to my tower. Oh, okay, so we're going to need to get to the point of resting to resolve that, I guess. Let's just amuse ourselves till bedtime. Bit of the music hall. We could watch another performance. I don't know. What would I like to do with this day to myself? We go to the Bone Horde Club. It's probably not going to let me in, is it? Well, I suppose we could get back in, but the ossuary has disappeared mysteriously. Let's help out in the soup kitchen. Ah, we've got some stuff. Okay, the Chapel of the Smith. A crowd across the Middens. Alright, well, let's go and face the music, the ray check, I suppose. Wandering the Crucible, you'll find yourself drawn to the Chapel of the Smith. Oh, it's a soldier. At the far end, a soldier is kneeling. Offer a prayer. You sit at a pew and offer a prayer to the smith. You ask that he watch over you in the city and help you build something better. The soldier rises. Oh, it's Dolores. I'm boring. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's just finished. It's foolish, but sometimes you gotta send something out there. She smiles and comes towards you with open arms. Okay. You pull her into a tight embrace. Good to see you, Private. I wanted to thank you for helping me reach my goal. I hope it brings you some peace. I think it might. She takes a shuddering breath. As long as that man lived, there was something deeply wrong with the world. She pauses. Torchlight flickers over the walls. So, she sighs, this damn war. The war dead stopped the war. I can't believe it. Last month we were skulking in sewers, and now this. That's a long road, but we stopped the slaughter. But I still don't... I thought this would fix everything, but...
It's like I'm in two places at once. I'm here, but I'm back at the front. I live my life walking and shopping and cooking, and out of that corner of my eye, I'm watching my friends die in some other world. I watch them too every night. Thank you. Things are hard, but I'm glad I've got you in my corner. She claps you on the shoulder, smiling sadly. This place is dull as hell. Let's go get a drink. She laughs a long, loud belly laugh. Oh, I could really go for one right now. She smiles. Private McBourne, I'm glad to have met you. Mutual. The docks are a riot of song and merriment. Let's join the festivities. People are gathered around flaming barrels, passing a bottle and singing sea shanties. You take a swig and join in the songs, beaming at them. One looks up in surprise.
Oh, McBourne, here to join the celebrations?
He leans forward a bit tipsy and whispers,
Although, I don't know if you saw, I noticed a grouch in our midst.
He nods across the street, leaning against a shadowy doorway as Brother Raychek. The two of you make eye contact and he looks away. We should say hello. Markov nods.
I don't like the man, but he's sour in the evening.
The two of you head towards the doorway. McBoring, Markov, the heroes of the hour. How are you, Raychek? My soul's in turmoil and my city is far worse. But other than that, I'm grand. Sadly, he shakes his head. Celebrating the death of our spiritual leader. Oh, the world's about to slide into a new age, mark my words. He stares at you and Markov, his eyes gleaming. An age of monsters. Let's not fight. You've got your beliefs and we have ours. He sighs and forces a smile. Of course, I'm sorry. I'm just out of sorts. Actually, me and a few of the old dockers are getting together tonight. We're celebrating the freedom of the docks and remembering the dead. He nods to you both. We'd all be honoured if you came. Settle our differences like. We'd be glad to. He smiles and pats your arm. That's grand. Hear that, lads? The crowd of dockers nods, the songs interrupted for a moment. Wonderful. Come to All God's Church in the Old Town in an hour. He grabs your hand, then Markov's shaking furiously. Grand. Bloody grand. As the priest disappears, Markov raises his eyebrows.
A surprising turnaround. Does he genuinely hope to put your disagreements to rest, do you think?
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Markov shrugs.
You know the man better than I. Well, since you volunteered us for this, let's make the most of it. At the very least, it'll be a chance to celebrate further with the people of the docks.
You spend the next hour in song, drinking and dancing until the time for Raychek's gathering approaches. In the distance you hear the city celebrating, but the ruins of the old town are quiet. The blackened church looms against the sky like a knife wound.
This is the place. Seems deserted.
Across the blackened ground you hear the clanking of a staff. Ah, well, Foundling, I'm glad you could join us. And you brought your firebrand friend too. Oh, I'm so glad. Where is everyone? Oh, it's just us and one more guest. Join us. He calls over his shoulder. It's going to be Dresden, isn't it? A shadow looms out of the ruins. Markov gasps.
With pleasure.
What's Dresden doing here? You and your collaborist heathens have taken things too far, McBoring. You've broken the soul of Sarum, the heart of our faith, to seize worldly power for your own selfish ends.
Stag's teeth, there's no reasoning with...
I can't kill, I've not got the knack. But Dresden can.
Gods, we've sorely underestimated this creature.
So Dresden is your executioner. You've damned yourself, brother.
Most likely.
His voice shakes.
But it's a small price to pay to strike down the father's enemies.
Dresden draws a pistol from his belt.
So we agreed. You'll stay clear of the docks for a year.
365 days, he hisses, and not one day more.
Brother, you're going to abandon your people?
It was a great sacrifice, aye, but worth it.
Dresden grins.
Oh, thank you for your sacrifice, brother.
Dresden rounds on the priest and fires.
Oh!
Raychek falls. Markov flinches.
Raycheck, you've been a stain on my boot for years. In a few months, we both know you'll get some mad idea in your head about saving the docks all over again.
I swear! Dresden kicks Raycheck in the head. There's a crack. Ah! His staff clatters to the ground between you and Dresden.
Oh, by the gods!
Dresden, that's enough.
Stay out of this.
Dresden kicks again. The metal of his boot carves into Raycheck's face. Oh! Another kick. The sound is wet. The priest lies still. You're a monster. Dresden shrugs.
He was in my way.
He turns the gun on Markov.
Dredgeport's in chaos thanks to you two. When I take out the Calabri's leader, the city will be wide open for expansion.
Markov's eyes dodge left and right, looking for an opening, a chance to run. Dresden smirks. Look for the fallen staff. You glance at the staff. It lies on the ground, maybe 20 feet away. That's pretty far. Dresden sees your glance and fires a bullet at the ground between you and the staff. Try something else. Rush him! You launch yourself at Dresden. You tackle him, but it's like fighting a wall. He sinks a fist into your stomach, knocking you backward.
Get off!
The two of you stand, panting, maybe 10 feet from each other. But in the struggle, you realise you've moved closer to Raycheck's staff. It's now within reach. Die for it! You leap forward and grab the staff. Dresden fires at you, but the bullet goes wild. Hit Dresden with the staff. You jab the staff into his stomach. He doubles over. You take the staff by the end and put all your might into a great swing. The staff connects with his skull. His head snaps sideways. He puts a hand out to steady himself, but it goes limp. Slowly, like a falling tower, he crashes to the ground. You go up to Dresden's body. He's finally still, his face carved with anger. Beside him, Raycheck is a contorted, bloody mess.
Gods above, that was close.
Alright, give Raycheck his last rites. Slowly, you unsling the silver bowl from around the priest's arm and take the dark red flask. You tug out the stopper and dribble a little into the bowl and then take his hand.
I don't believe it. You're gonna pray over this maniac?
He was far from perfect, but every person should have some dignity in death. Markov frowns.
I suppose.
Take his hand, please.
Absolutely not.
Please, for me, not for him. He sighs, long and slow.
Very well, for you.
He takes the priest's hand. O Lady of Compassion, witness your servant's passing. Witness the suffering, the bitter sap flowing into your tree of life. You stumble, unsure of the words. The last thing that passes his lips will be your heavenly tears. You tip the water into what remains of his mouth, a bloodied ruin. He was a flawed man who lost his way. Have pity on him.
Absurd superstition. But when all one has to cling to is faith, I suppose it does strange things to a person.
So mote it be.
So mote it be,
he mutters. You rise. You walk away from the ruined church. Soon Raycheck's body is only a lump of clothing in the distance.
A trap. A horrific, cruel trap. And he who set it was destroyed by it. Thank you again, Baborim. You saved my life.
Leave in silence. When you look back one last time, you see a scavenger slide down a heap of rubble and turn the body over. Well. Wrapping things up, huh? We could try and do a final meditation thing. Push. Let's end this unstressed, shall we? Let's go with the drug den now he's dead. Yeah. That's good. Oh, the food's gone much cheaper. Nice. What other thing we could do? Mingle with... Let's just mingle with the local, shall we? Get some gossip. Now we shall rest. And have a rubbish night's sleep for the last time. You wander Dredgeport streets, as you have so often in the last few weeks. But now, somehow, you've got nowhere to go. Time is no longer the enemy. Let's just stop walking. You stop and let the sounds of the city flow around you. People pass by. Some look at you strangely, but only for a second. For the first time in weeks, you can stop. Walk out of the city. You walk out of the city. Your feet carry you further and further south, further than you've ever gone before. Finally, you come to a gentle rise. You sit and watch the city. Take a deep breath. You breathe in deeply. The air fills your lungs. You'd forgotten it could go this deep. You breathe out through your nose. It feels like a warm breeze over your heart. Let's just sit a while. Until now, you've barely had time to catch your breath. You sit. The world buzzes around you. Something inside of you unclenches. Your thoughts turn to what you've accomplished in the last few weeks. You wonder, what are you proudest of? Stopping the war, you decide. The worst massacre of your time, a nightmarish stain in the soul of every soldier, and you stopped it. Sit. You sit, warm sun brushing your face. The creatures around you have no idea of what occurred in the city. They never will. You let their calls and the rustle of their movements wash over you. You'll return to your obligations in a moment. But not yet. There we go. That was an interesting game. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Let me Okay, we sped it up. We sped it up. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was learning not to forget the past in order to foresee the future is our most important task. William Shakespeare. There we go. It was interesting. Yeah, you can see, I think, parallels with like the Russian Revolution and stuff there. You know, obviously the working class, very ground down, exploited. I mean, being literally converted into fuel when they died. Very bleak, very bleak. But then you work and you overthrow the regime and sort of try and build towards a better future for people. Yeah, it was interesting. There was obviously a few decisions I could have done differently. We could have maybe gone with the ossuary. I don't know how that would have played out. What else? What other way could we have done it? I don't know if there was a way to kind of support... I think whatever happened, this was a game about revolution and overthrowing the emperor. I don't think there was a way you could have supported him. If you kind of do what Raycheck wants the whole way through, I don't know what would happen, because he kind of was the supporter, wasn't he? But I'd never really had to make a choice between him and someone else. So yeah, I think at the end you can kind of either support the ossuary or support the revolutionaries, which is what we did. That was interesting. It was fun to kind of play through it on the channel, and yeah, it definitely links to Citizen Sleeper, isn't there? With using it in a different way though, because in that you would sort of roll all your dice at the beginning of the day, and then you could sort of use those throughout the day to do a variety of tasks. Here it was more like every task was its own skill check, wasn't it? And you can kind of build your character out in a certain way. Well, the way I did it was kind of just to you don't get enough points, I don't think, to level up everything particularly high. So I kind of sacked off the skirmish one completely and focused on the other four, which I think got us through. I mean, it felt like the game offered you options of doing everything. So, you know, if you were weak in one skill but high in another, quite often you'd be able to choose the one that you were high in. The exception probably being the meditating at the chapel. To lower the stress, I actually needed to raise up a stat I hadn't worked on at all to be able to do that to a tolerable level. But it was, it was good once you could do that. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely an interesting one. Looking forward to reading the comments. I'm actually finishing filming this just before the first episode's due to go out, so I have no idea how people are going to react to this. But yeah, no, I'm interested to see the feedback. So leave a comment, and also hit the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed this series. That'd be great. And yeah, big thanks, big shout out to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dad Gaming. It continues to be hugely appreciated, and if anyone else is interested in checking out channel memberships and gaining early access to the videos I put out, that'd be awesome. But thanks very much, And I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dead Gaming for other games and other playthroughs. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. Yeah, hope to see you there. Bye for now.